posts. The first side onto the field is the New South Wales side, led out by referee Keith Page. The captain of the New South Wales side, Ron Coote, leading the field out, and this team has received some amount of criticism because of its mixture of youth and inexperienced players, and some of these players will at least be appearing in the second test side for Australia soon. But Jeff Shield, a very interesting selection at 5'8", and a lot of people very not so much surprised but elated at the selection of Russell Fairfax, the fullback. And now coming onto the field, the Great Britain side, led out by their captain, the tour captain Chris Hesketh, who's wearing number 8 in the centres. One of the players to watch here, the halfback Stephen Nash, reputed to be one of the top halfbacks produced from England, in fact following on their great tradition of great halfbacks produced by Great Britain. Another player to watch, George Nichols, the lock forward. Referee Keith Page controlling the match. The kick-off will be taken by halfback Steve Nash, wearing number 13. New South Wales with the dark jersey and dark shorts, running from left to right, and the ball immediately goes out on the far wing where it's picked up by Coote. Coote, the New South Wales captain, will play the ball just out from his own quarter line. Piggins, that's Turner. A rather controversial selection because Turner plays as a hooker with his club side. Stevens. Piggins, Radonicus, that's McCarthy, playing only his second game in 13 weeks but returning to the front row in this match. Fairfax, angling that one for the touchline. He's sending Charlton across, Charlton on his own quarter line. Good defence there by Radonicus to get down quickly. Gill, that's Chisnell who dropped it. Willicombe having trouble, kicked through by Piggins. So with Nash in possession, Russell Fairfax coming down to have a look at the action, but the action is all stopped at the moment. The Great Britain fullback, Paul Charlton, on the ground. He was injured the very first time he touched the ball. Comments now from Jim Lyle.
Thank you, Alan. Well, the weather isn't the best again, but the atmosphere is tense, as it always is with this clash between the great sides, New South Wales and Britain. The surface of the ground is rather slippery, and this could be to the advantage of the British tourists because they are very good with the ball, both with the hands and with the boot. And today we could possibly see a few kicks in the air, little kicks or little grubber kicks put through. This will make the New South Wales team turn around, which is hard to do under these conditions, and it could prove dangerous for them.
The injured player was David Willicombe, the winger, not Charlton. The Great Britain tourists have not had a happy tour so far with regards to injuries, and they certainly don't want to suffer any more injuries in the course of this game. They must therefore be pleased to some extent to see the ground is not hard. The scrum just out from the Great Britain quarter line. It will be served by Nash. Nash and Radonicus reliving their test battles of last season. First penalty of the match goes against New South Wales for a loose arm in the scrum. The penalty goes to Great Britain, and Clausen now will kick for the Western touchline.
George Piggins trying, probably illegal naturally, but he's trying things early, which is good to see.
And that's a mistake by Clausen, failing to find touch, and Fairfax has it. Fairfax is playing on his home ground, and every time he does something, you'll no doubt hear the local supporters giving him some encouragement. Radonicus, that's Turner. Shield, Radonicus, long pass to the centres, Brannigan.
A little bit of a misunderstanding there, standing a bit wide at this stage of the piece, but they'll settle down and get their combination going shortly.
McCarthy unloads it to Stevens. Radonicus, out to Coote, Cronin over halfway. Chisnell coming across, Chisnell the second rower, number 22, got it away to the winger, Waite going for the corner, but he's put his foot into touch. Down on the quarter line, Waite's foot crossed the touchline. David Waite, one of the successes of last year's Kangaroo Tour of Great Britain, and he's coming right back into the game immediately here.
What a great footballer is Cronin. Is a country boy, and we just saw there how he came on the burst onto a ball, which the centre must do, hitting the ball straight and hard.
Great Britain winning the scrum. Nichols to play it on the quarter line to Nash. That's Norton. Ashcroft, Clausen, Hesketh, Chisnell. Out to the centres now. It's a long break by Eckersley. Eckersley caught from behind. A good diving tackle there from second rower Reddy. Almost up to halfway though of Great Britain. Redfern. This is the lock forward Nichols. Clausen. Nash. Mills left it behind him, and New South Wales ball. Stevens in possession inside the Great Britain half. Turner, Radonicus, Shield. That's Brannigan.
It's notable that the New South Wales players are throwing the ball wide early. The British players are keeping it tight.
Prop forward McCarthy was caught, put to ground by Mills. Turner, Radonicus, that's Piggins.
Only one way to go for George, head down through the middle.
Out to Coote, standing wide to Cronin, trying to run around Eckersley. That's twice we've seen Cronin beat his opposing centre. Waite in trouble, just out from the Great Britain quarter line. Coote, Radonicus, putting a high kick up, Charlton going back with Willicombe. Willicombe in his own in-goal area.
Good football by Radonicus. The straight line defence of the British team were very good, so he put the ball over the head.
Hesketh. And that's Gary Stevens. One of the most damaging tacklers in the game was Gary Stevens. Ashcroft. He'll play it now. Halfback Nash. Clausen.
Clausen will have to do a lot of work today. The team will rely on him immensely because of his ball distributing powers.
Nichols. Great Britain almost up to their own quarter line. Gill. Out to Hesketh. Caught low by Reddy. And that was the sixth tackle, so this scrum will go down just outside the Great Britain quarter line. There's been no score yet after about 5 minutes of play. Scrum to be served by halfback Radonicus. Shield to Brannigan. Cronin. Fairfax in the movement. Fairfax trying to throw that unorthodox pass. Great Britain getting possession though.
Mistake early by Fairfax. It's best to hang on to the ball when you can't pass a good pass. He made the mistake and tried to get rid of it.
Russell Fairfax got to his feet and called the referee's attention to winger David Redfern, who has not moved since tackling Fairfax. Play going on though. Ashcroft to Clausen. Nash trying to accelerate through around the rucks and comes in for his measure of trouble from Piggins. Ashcroft. Good kick for the line by Gill. Williamson running back on his own quarter line. Has Fairfax in support. The defence has moved up. Trying to get around Nash. He did. He went straight through him.
Good footballer Williamson. He dropped back for that kick. He anticipated and collected it well.
McCarthy. New South Wales moving the ball well. Coote. Stephen. No, it's Cronin. Waite. Back inside. Turner to Radonicus. Piggins. Shield inside. Lost the ball on halfway. Penalty for a head-high tackle will go against hooker halfback Steve Nash. Penalty goes to New South Wales on halfway.
New South Wales throwing the ball around well, considering the conditions. They tend to rush their play a little bit though. Some players are standing a bit too wide for each other. They must come in and find their range.
Kick for the touchline taken by Cronin, and he takes play down to the Great Britain quarter line. Here the second kick will be taken down there by hooker George Piggins. Stevens, McCarthy, blindside to Reddy. This ground quite slippery as you saw, Reddy losing his feet. Touch judge coming in to report the use of knees in the tackle. The player being spoken to is hooker Ashcroft. Centre Mick Cronin attempting the penalty goal from about 23 metres out. Kicking it out to the right of the posts, just missing Charlton. To Ashcroft. This is Chisnell. No, it's Nichols. Clausen. Halfback Nash. Ashcroft. It's Nichols again.
Higgins trying to rate the ball back from the play of the ball. He does this rather effectively.
Mills. Ashcroft still unloaded it. Chisnell going for a run up to the quarter line. Nash. Driven back by Stevens.
Far too close, Englishmen. They must get somebody wide and running onto the ball fast.
Ashcroft. A long kick for the winger. Wait on halfway. Can't get around Redfern though. Midway between the Great Britain quarter line and halfway. Coote. Cronin. Radonicus. Bypass Turner and went to Shield to Brannigan. Well picked up. Here's a chance. Williamson on the wing. Up to the quarter line. A very experienced winger. And a lot of wingers perhaps would have been run over the touchline there, but not Lionel Williamson. Radonicus. A chance for New South Wales. Piggins. Playing it to Turner. Radonicus. That's Cronin. Fairfax. Got away from Eckersley's tackle.
He's receiving a fair bit of attention, Fairfax. The Englishmen know he's a danger man and they are giving him plenty of attention.
About 8 metres out from the Great Britain line, Stevens. And the scrum for the 6th tackle will be put down just out from the Great Britain goal line. And now here's the touch judge running in to report an incident to referee Keith Page that happened right in front of Page. Nash. What a tricky customer he is. Chisnell. Nichols it is. Clausen.
Just trying settling down tactics for the moment. They bringing the players in.
Mills. Coote the tackler, assisted by George Piggins. Ashcroft at dummy half. Great Britain steadily making progress upfield. Clausen. Stevens once again getting underneath to effect that dumping tackle. He does that very well.
It's a great tackler, Gary Stevens.
Kick for the line, and Williamson was back there covering. Lionel Williamson up to halfway, still going, looking for his winger. Winger to winger. Wait, not caught yet. New South Wales attacking, ready. And look how much ground New South Wales have gained through that great run from Lionel Williamson.
He's a great footballer, Lionel Williamson. A lot of people criticise his selection, saying he's over the hill, why not give a young fellow a go? But when a player can do that, why not leave him in a team? He's a great footballer. He dropped back to get that kick as he does so well, and then he ran it out. And you don't see many wingers run a ball out like that.
So the scrum will be set now just inside the Great Britain quarter line. Referee Page wants them to move the scrum back a little bit. We've had 14 minutes of play in this first half. There's still no score. Scrum just out from the Great Britain line. Won by Great Britain. Nichols. Eckersley, a long pass to Hesketh. Eckersley across. Being chased by Cronin. Williamson takes him to the sideline. Penalty to New South Wales from the scrum. Incorrect feeding of the scrum by halfback Stephen Nash. Second kick will be taken by hooker Piggins. Turner. To McCarthy. Radonicus. Stevens. Coming back the blind side. Ready. Turner. Radonicus. Short kick over the top. He might get possession. It'll be close. A try to Tommy Radonicus. First points of the match scored by the deposed Australian captain Tom Radonicus. A beautiful little kick over the top, as you'll see now in our action replay. We'll have comments from Jim Lyle.
Well, there you saw the brilliance of Riodonicus. He just called for the ball, stood wide and put the little kick over and followed through. It was good footballing. He's a great little halfback.
With Cronen's attempted conversion not successful, it's still 3 points to nil, and Fairfax takes the restart of play.
Good to see Fairfax running a long way to take that ball on the full. It's a sign of a good fullback.
Reddy. Rod Reddy, not built in the same way in which the English second rowers are. He's rather tall and lean, but very strong. This is McCarthy.
First time we've seen Bob stand wide and use the blind, which he does very effectively.
To Shield. Good run to Brannigan. Over the top to Riodonicus, looking for his winger. There's Williamson going inside. New South Wales playing good football up to the Great Britain quarter line. Playing it now to Shield. Riodonicus, Coote, Cronin outside, looking for Reddy, into the gap, Reddy over the quarter line. Ball taken by Norton for Great Britain.
The Shield has everything. He's a good 5'8". He waits his time, and when it does come, he claps on the pace and takes the gap.
Chisnell got it away nicely to Nichols. To Ashcroft. Clausen.
See Piggins in there again.
Nichols. Norton. Caught on halfway. The Englishman also making good ground when in possession. Gill. That's Chisnell, got it away. Nash. Eckersley putting the ball high into the air. Fairfax waiting. He was collared but took the ball well.
What a great take under difficulties.
Williamson. Lionel Williamson is very much a winger who likes to be kept into the play as much as possible. Cronin.
This is very refreshing too, Alan, because a lot of wingers stand out there, do nothing and then growl because they don't get the ball.
McCarthy. Cronin. Turner. One tackle to go. Riodonicus and Fairfax calling for it. It goes to Fairfax for the kick. Short one, smothered down. Chisnell towing it on. Chisnell near the line, kept to the ground. That was not a knock on because the ball was charged down by Chisnell. He'll be allowed to play it. Great Britain on the attack. Nash. That's Ashcroft. Nash again, caught by Coote, who moved up very quickly. Great Britain with a chance to attack now, about 15 metres out from the New South Wales line. Ashcroft going straight through. Ashcroft is very close. Now watch Clausen from dummy half. Nash, Chisnell, inside.
This defence of the New South Wales side very strong.
Clausen. One tackle to go. Great Britain now might put up a short kick here. No, Mills going to barge his way over. He's close. Won't be able to ground it there though. The weight of defenders just too much. New South Wales leading 3 points to nil. Scrum served by Riodonicus. Penalty to Great Britain right in front. Shot for goal taken and kicked by Dave Eckersley. 3 points to 2, the score in favour of New South Wales after about 22 minutes of play in the first half. Riodonicus. Coote. Out to Cronin. Has weight with him. Cronin, a very strong centre.
An effective hip there. He just dropped the hip at the last moment and dealt with his opposition very cleanly.
Piggins. McCarthy. Reddy dropping it. English ball. Nash trying to get under those tackles and caught by Fairfax. Eckersley, Clausen. Nichols almost got straight through, and Nichols will be penalised now. In fact, it's going to be McCarthy penalised. I thought Nichols moved off the mark, but quite correctly referee Page ruled that McCarthy interfered with him from behind. He was not standing in the proper dummy half's position. Now Eckersley attempting the penalty goal, misses to the left of the posts. Fairfax running it out, caught in front of his own posts. Turner, Fairfax, it's McCarthy. Higgins got it back to Williamson in from the right wing. Fairfax, high kick going down to Charlton, down to his own quarter line. Now the defence has moved down very quickly, coming up towards Shield, who takes him with the assistance of Cronin.
Good defence by New South Wales. 4 players are down there waiting for Charlton.
Eckersley, he'll play it now to Willicombe just outside his own quarter line. Mills, Willicombe, Ashcroft, Norton, caught by Reddy, still gets it back. Good passing. Nichols has it. Hesketh's a long pass to Nash.
It's not good football with Englishmen. Letting the ball do the work's all very well, but they must make ground, must move onto it.
Clausen. Gill coming across the open side. A good flick pass. Found Nichols, and away they go. Norton back inside to Chisnell, caught by Williamson. That's the Englishman's best passing rush so far. Nash, Gill and Norton, Nichols at least. Last tackle is coming up. Clausen out to Eckersley's, turn it back inside. Norton. The scrums are favouring Great Britain at the moment by 4-2. Penalties Great Britain by 5-3. This scrum won by New South Wales but dived on by Nash. Great Britain ball. Great Britain now in a good place to attack. Hesketh got it to Gill. There's a gap there. Good reverse pass to Eckersley. Hesketh signalling the far side. Penalty is against the New South Wales defence. Brannigan it was, ruled offside. So Eckersley is going to have another shot for goal. He missed one from about this very same position, but it's not a difficult kick. In fact, he'd be kicking from very close to straight in front of the posts. And so Great Britain are in front for the first time in the match. They lead by 4 points to 3 with about 7 minutes to go before half-time. Restart by Cronin, going straight down the middle of the field again. Redfern from the far side. Caught by Cronin. Great Britain now up to their own quarter line. Nichols put down. To Nash, Mills.
That's better football by the English side. Get these big fellows running at our inside backs.
Nash. Gill looking for Nichols and found him too. Out to Waite. Waite going for the corner. Was running out of room but got it to Reddy. Reddy about 10 metres out from the Great Britain line, playing it to Waite. McCarthy. Radonicus. Waite at least had Radonicus outside. McCarthy dummy half. He's very close. Tackles are running out though. Only 2 tackles remaining for New South Wales. Higgins might go from dummy half. No. Cronin. Brannigan. Running out of room. Williamson, beautiful try. A magnificent piece of work by Lionel Williamson. New South Wales back in the lead by 6 points to 4. And what a magnificent pair of hands displayed by Lionel Williamson. As you'll see again in our action replay, how he kept hold of that, I don't know.
I was criticising the New South Wales players for sort of barging the line instead of throwing it out, and then all of a sudden they did throw it out, and as Alan said, the hands of Williamson took it on the fingertips, regained it. What a great footballer this fellow is.
Mick Cronin, yet to kick a goal, is attempting the conversion. Has the breeze behind him, a lot better kick, but still kick to the right, no goal.
Cronin isn't kicking well as far as he's using the boot well, but his general play has been really good today.
Ready. New South Wales now having to take play up to halfway again. Turner will play it about 12 metres away from halfway. McCarthy, Radonicus. Higgins ran onto the ball very hard, as he always does. Stevens, Radonicus, ready in the back line, has Coote with him. Coote over halfway. Cronin bursting through tackles, caught by Redfern, got it to Waite. On the Great Britain quarter line now. New South Wales looking as though they're intent on scoring another try before half-time.
With the absence of Beeson today, Radonicus is doing all the ball distribution. It's improving his game because he's not running as much with the ball, he's giving it out, which is aiding his outside men.
That, I think, is the first penalty for a scrum infringement against Great Britain. It's awarded to New South Wales for collapsing in the front row. And the penalty awarded in a position for a shot at goal again, but Fairfax is going to find touch. Well, last time we saw New South Wales elect to take the kick for touch instead of the shot at goal, they scored a try. Waite, Radonicus, McCarthy, Radonicus, it went the other way. Stevens went straight through. It was Coote. McCarthy, Radonicus. Long one to nobody. Brannigan changing the point of attack, going the other way, and he's done it very well. Caught there though by Chisnell. Wasn't marked. Now Stevens, dummy half. Radonicus saw the gap, got it out, and a try to turn up, and he was offside. The pass was just that little bit forward. We might see that again in action replay. Turner taking the ball right in front of the posts, but it was a little bit forward. And while the scrum is going down, we'll see that again in action replay.
It's unfortunate for New South Wales there. The pass had to be thrown because the man was calling for it, and in that position you just must deal the ball out, but as Alan said, it was thrown forward.
Back live now with Great Britain running the ball away from their own goal line. Clausen unloading it to Norton. Hesketh. Mills going for a run up the middle. Caught by Turner on the quarter line, and that is half-time with New South Wales leading by 6 points to 4. And in the second half, no changes to either side with the restart of play taken by Cronin. Long kick going back to Charlton. The English fullback caught inside his own quarter line. Clausen. Great Britain using their forwards. Ashcroft, the hooker, playing it just outside his own quarter line. Eckersley, long kick back to Williamson. On his own quarter line, he's got Fairfax in support. Eckersley coming across to take him. Got away from Gill. Good tackle though from Clausen. That was a good front rowers tackle. Waite, McCarthy. Higgins as dummy half with New South Wales in possession on halfway. Radonicus, Stevens. Higgins, Radonicus, Ready. Coote. Lost it and got it back. David Waite lending good assistance there, keeping Coote in from the touchline. Ready. Turner. Last tackle coming up, Piggins. Fairfax got his kick in time. It's a good high kick, putting pressure on the Great Britain backs. Charlton took it well though. Shield, the tackler.
Great catch by Charlton, back over his head on his fingertips. It's pretty
Nash.
difficult to do.
Clausen ran right inside Ron Turner. Gill got it out to Mills. Thrown to the ground by Reddy. Gill driven back by Rodonicus. Eggersley, high kick. Williamson got it back. New South Wales in possession in their own half, playing it to McCarthy up the blind side. Shield to Reddy. Rodonicus, Turner. Rodonicus. Stevens to Piggins. Piggins upfield. Coote. Rodonicus. Short kick ahead again. Nash was back there waiting for that. Rodonicus got it back. Out it goes to Shield. Shield will score. That's a try to New South Wales. And nothing more need to be said about that than to watch it in action replay. A little kick once again by Tommy Rodonicus that paid off.
Good kick by Tommy Rodonicus, but a misunderstanding by the English players, and you can't afford to make a mistake when Rodonicus is around, because he snaps up these mishandling lapses he found Shield inside, which was good football. The young fellow backed up inside, took the ball and showed a good turn of speed.
Cronin attempting to convert the try from right in front, and he's got it. And it's 11 points to 4 in favour of New South Wales after 6 minutes of play in the second half. Mick Cronin's first goal from 4 attempts. And for once, George Piggins having some luck in the scrum. That was Ashcroft who'd went in with the loose arm and therefore collapsed. Cronin kicking into the wind for New South Wales. Not finding touch. Not a good kick. Willicombe, the winger. Nash. It's Mills caught. Nash. Nichols. Good backing up by Norton. Nash slipping it to Chisnell. Ashcroft. Ball loose, New South Wales ball, Piggins. McCarthy to Reddy. McCarthy, Rodonicus, Stevens. Chisnell, the tackler. Tackles are running out for New South Wales. McCarthy. Stevens. Fairfax. Long kick for the far line. Willicombe is in the way. Caught by Brannigan. It's Nash.
Notice in these defensive positions, New South Wales, Coote's assuming his natural role back deep behind the straight line defence.
Norton got the ball to Gill. The Great Britain 5'8", caught about 10 metres out from the New South Wales quarter line. Norton, long pass over the top. Eckersley reversing it. This is Charlton, who's up from fullback, caught by Piggins.
Charlton hasn't been seen up today very much. He could do this more.
Long one again. Gill caught. Tackler was Jeff Shield. Norton and Mills. Good low tackle again from Piggins. Doing a lot of tackling. One tackle to go. Nash. Got it away to Norton. Trying to set up a try with Gill. Gill going through. So Great Britain hitting back in the game, trailing now by only 4 points with the conversion to take place from right in front.
A brilliant try, a good try for Great Britain. Just a simple changing the point of attack, which they haven't been doing well this time. They did it that time. The brilliance of Nash showed out, and the result was there.
Eckersley attempting the conversion from right in front. He's got it. Makes the scores 11 points to 9. And back on halfway, a new player is coming on. Jim Thompson is on the field, number 23, and he is replacing Terry Clausen. New South Wales also without one player at the moment. Terry Randall has come on, and Ron Turner has left the field. So both sides have made one change in the forwards. Second kick by Ashcroft to Thompson. Randall, the defender, number 15, assisted by Stevens.
We should see plenty of work from Thompson this half. He is refreshed and he should be running onto the ball really hard.
Chisnell trying to reverse play, but he's caught by Stevens. To Ashcroft. Norton. On halfway to Gill. Ashcroft to Gill and Mills. Gill. No, it's Ashcroft. Ashcroft showing a lot of pace for a hooker. Caught high by Coote. And Steve Norton moving in there to show his resentment of the tackle made by Coote upon Ashcroft. Now this looks like bad luck for Great Britain. I think they're calling for the stretcher. That's Jim Challinor, the Great Britain coach, in the tracksuit, showing his dismay at the fact that Great Britain looks as though they've lost yet another player through injury. They've had a very bad run of luck on this tour. The replacement player is John Butler. Butler is a back. He doesn't play in the forwards, but it makes you wonder now just how the Great Britain pack will work from here on. So bad luck for England with Kevin Ashcroft, the Warrington hooker, being taken from the field. With the penalty awarded to New South Wales. They're taking play up to halfway. Ready, taken by Butler.
Reddy's playing his role well today. It's second row, he's standing out wide and running onto the ball, and he's creating havoc amongst the inside backs of the British side.
Coote. Playing it to Fairfax. Radonicus. Piggins. Stevens.
The player for Great Britain. Look at Kevin Ashcroft, number 18.
Playing it to Shield with one tackle to go.
Wearing number 4.
Fairfax, a left foot kick this time, putting it high up in the air to Charlton. That was a very good kick by Fairfax because it went so high in the air it allowed the defenders plenty of time to get down there. Nichols. Touch judge again has come in. Penalty awarded to New South Wales.
That apparently was for the tackling of Fairfax, I think. I don't really agree with the touch judge. I thought that Fairfax was hit just as he got his kick in, which is quite legitimate. Try and stop the kick if you can, and it's been unlucky on the Englishman's part.
So New South Wales with the second kick now, taken by Piggins to McCarthy. Piggins, Randall, certainly not shirking his responsibility.
These Englishmen could be penalised for being inside the 5 quite easily.
Rodonicus coming the blind side. McCarthy. That's better tackling too by Great Britain. Stevens. Piggins. Rodonicus. Shield. Kick through ahead. Charlton is back there. Shield showing plenty of pace to follow through his kick. Cronin up, helping.
He has done nothing wrong today, Shield. He's been very steady and a very reliable performance.
Norton to Hesketh. It's Nichols. Quite a hard-working lock forward. He didn't take him very long to get his jumper dirty. Mills. Englishmen generally, though, standing flat-footed, waiting for the ball.
This three-quarter pace football is all very well, but you must vary your play, and they're not varying it all so much.
Butler's long pass finds Hesketh. Has Willicombe with him. Willicombe coming back the other way. Butler dropping it. Knocking the ball back to his team. Rodonicus was there to pick it up.
Butler grabbed at the ball then, and that's fatal under these conditions, and it's probably a bit of nerves because he has just come on.
Rodonicus copping a headbutt behind play. New South Wales still have the ball, and here's the touch judge coming in. It happened behind play. Jim Thompson grabbed Tom Rodonicus and gave him the Liverpool kisses we've come to know from these Englishmen. A good headbutt right on the nose. Both touch judges have come in. Thompson and Mills being spoken to. And we might be able to have a look at that in action replay just to see whether or not it was actually in shot. Because as I mentioned, it happened behind play, but you'll notice Rodonicus is held here by Thompson after he plays the ball. And there it is. So the penalty to New South Wales, midway between the Great Britain quarter line and halfway. New South Wales are leading 11-9 with about 15 minutes to go. The penalty awarded in a kickable position, and Cronin is going to take that opportunity with a shot for goal. And Cronin attempting the penalty. Long way out. That's a better looking kick from Cronin. It might fall short. It's just over. 13 points to 9 is the score, and a little over 13 minutes to go. Scrum going down just inside the New South Wales half. New South Wales leading 13-9.
Charlton could come up in this back line more, but I suppose the Englishmen aren't giving all that much chance because they're keeping the ball in close.
Brannigan on the blind side was let free from that tackle, and Englishman paying the penalty with Brannigan gaining another 20 metres.
It's a bad lapse on the Englishman's part, bad tackling. They can't afford this.
Rodonicus to Randall. Good low tackle from Nash. Cronin. Rodonicus finds Reddy. Fairfax. McCarthy to Piggins. Very nearly got straight through there. And here's Jim Mills being called out, and we'll have a look at that in action replay again. Jim Piggins running beautifully onto the ball. It was a tremendous burst. You can see he very nearly got through. But let's watch in this action replay how Mills throws one in. It was quite subtle, but I doubt whether it really did the damage that George Piggins is supposing.
The way George Piggins runs onto the ball, he leaves himself open for this. He runs and tucks the head and straight ahead, but I don't think George Piggins was hurt all that much.
Cronin can kick this. It will give New South Wales a lead of 6 points, and so Great Britain would have to score twice to win the match from here, but it all depends on this kick. It's not a difficult one, and look, it looks as though Ray Brannigan is going off.
It's good thinking by Captain Coote.
The kick for goal taken by Cronin, long and low, and it's not going to make it. It's still 13 points to 9. Great Britain in possession. Eckersley taking it out, up to his quarter line. The player being replaced for New South Wales is Ray Brannigan from the centres.
Change of the New South
And
Wales
replacing
lineup.
him is
Number
Keith Harris,
4,
who's
Ray
wearing
Duncan,
jersey number
is off.
14.
Replaced by Kay Harris, wearing
Mills
number 14.
bumping off ready. Caught by Stevens and Randall, and Terry Randall now is going to be penalised, and we saw that quite clearly. Randall going in to give some back. Keith Harris, the replacement centre. Penalty to Great Britain, just short of halfway.
These players could do to settle themselves down here. They don't want to lose players by having them sent off. The all-important test next week, and they must keep this in mind.
Nash and Norton. This is Nash getting it away again. Gill backing up. Nash. Norton out. Butler. Playing it to Hesketh. Gill. Nash.
New South Wales sides are going up in 1s and 2s and leaving gaps, and these Englishmen are getting behind these players, and it could be dangerous for the New South Wales players.
Chisnell dummying a short kick through. It went to Williamson. To Shield. Williamson. Thompson putting him to ground. McCarthy. Coote. Randall. Piggins. Fairfax called for it. A left foot kick. Coming out to the line. It looks pretty good. Charlton will get it though, I think. Whoa, what good play from Charlton. Just kept inside.
I've heard a lot about this Charlton, and we just saw the experience there.
It was a good tackle by Rodonicus, who's after another one. Intercepted there by Harris. Nash. Short of halfway to Thompson. Norton. Being told to play the ball, released by Reddy. Butler. Short kick ahead for Gill. Randall back there. Butler chasing him across field. Gill takes him. Ken Gill turning in another very good game today. Fairfax trying to beat all the forwards. He beat one head-high tackle, but you can't beat three on your own. Not often anyway. Rodonicus. Stevens. Good backing up. Randall out over the top. Reddy. Caught by Hesketh.
Good ball and all tackle by Hesketh there. He saw the danger outside and he came in and took the man ball and all.
Willicombe. Caught by Williamson. Hesketh. That's Chisnell. Norton.
New South Wales players are starting to wait for their man to come to them. They must move up.
Nash. Gill. Butler. Good play by Great Britain. What a strong tackle again from Cronin though. Great Britain in possession on the New South Wales quarter line. Gill setting up Nash. Great Britain have only to score once and they could lead again. Time running out, about 5 minutes to go, a little less. Chisnell turning it back. This is Eckersley. He's close. What bad luck for Great Britain. That was the sixth tackle. One more tackle and they might well have scored there.
They're becoming more effective around the rucks now, the Englishmen. They're still keeping the ball close, but they're doing it well. They're starting to combine better.
Halfback Rodonicus hesitated as though he expected the scrum to be put down again, but New South Wales had the ball. Shield had a very good debut in representative football too as this young Balmain 5'8". Playing it to McCarthy. Randall. Fairfax. Rodonicus. Higgins. Rodonicus. McCarthy. Stevens it is. To Coote. On to Cronin. Cronin showing a lot of pace, looking for his support, running across to the winger. Players from everywhere taking it through on the toe. Hesketh getting to his feet very slowly.
Very complete footballer, Cronin. He's got a great turn of pace too.
Charlton. Butler. This is Nichols.
The crowd this afternoon, 16,112.
Playing it to Butler. Gill. Flipping the ball up to Nash. Stevens the tackler. Butler. Norton, a quick pass. Good play out to Hesketh. Willicombe. Randall taking him low. To Butler. Eckersley. Chisnell reverses it. Norton. That was a gap there, but a good tackle from Harris prevented the ball from being passed out again. Only a couple of minutes to go.
They use the ball well, as we know these Englishmen can do. They keep the ball moving, letting the ball do the work, but today they just haven't got a man running hard onto the ball.
Harris to Fairfax from fullback.
It's pretty evident how much respect they have for Fairfax. Three fellows loomed up them as he looked like taking the ball.
To Shield. Coote. Ready. Coote. McCarthy. Randall. Playing it on halfway to Piggins. George Piggins kicking it through, and referee Page ran right past him as Piggins was playing for the free kick behind play. Didn't happen. Great Britain in possession.
It's always worth a try though.
A little bit difficult when it happens right in front of the referee though, Jim. Norton. Nichols it is, the lock forward. Mills. Stevens and Harris putting him to ground. The pass is back though.
There we see that driving tackle of Stevens again, using the legs to advantage.
Nash caught by Stevens, but got it to Norton. Over the top, New South Wales in possession. Cronin will play it. Just in his own half. Only about a minute and a half to go. Williamson. Caught by Thompson to Radonicus. Radonicus over the top, finds Waite. Waite has Fairfax going with him. Fairfax trying to pass infield. Charlton has it. Redfern, Thompson. Eckersley. It's Nichols. Gill to Nash. Butler. Chris Hesketh also knocked over in the tackle. Hesketh is dummy half. Nash. And the full-time siren is sounding. That is the end of the match. New South Wales defeating Great Britain by 13 points to 9. For New South Wales, try scored by Radonicus, Williamson and Shield, and Cronin kicked 2 goals. For Great Britain, Gill scored 1 try and Eckersley kicked 3 goals. The scrums were won by New South Wales 8-7. The penalties favoured New South Wales by 10-9. So in the last of the important matches of the cricket ground before the second test, New South Wales defeating Great Britain 13 points to 9 before a crowd of 16,000 in our Top Saturday League.